Well, hello there, and welcome to day 99 of our 100 videos challenge. Almost there, 99% done as of today. It's amazing out there. All right, so it is Thursday. It is another chilly morning, a little bit of blustery snowfall, and I'm hoping by the rest of the by the weekend, it's nice and warm, at least up in the 60s, and I can live with that. I can open my windows. So, today, I don't have a whole lot for you. I want to talk a little bit about the idea of mental health and sometimes in meditation. Now, you've heard me speak about Jediism a couple times here and there throughout these videos, and maybe in the next series, I'll start breaking down a few things and maybe basically relearning for myself, and then while I'm also teaching you. They always say that if you know something, try teaching it. You'll find out exactly how much you don't know about it, and in fact, then you'll learn even more and how to make it work. This is true in martial arts, fencing, all that kind of line. But the thing I always struggled with was meditation. My mind is a swirl of maybe 5 to 7 to 10 different things happening all at once. Some people, I can say that it's an ability I use to multitask, because we all know that multitasking isn't actually a thing. It's multitasking is just the ability to switch back and forth very, very quickly. And sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't, and you kind of get in a brain fog of, oh my god, too many different things, and I end up walking around in a circle a few times before I just say, stop, settle, direction, and go. And meditation is supposed to help with that. Now, like I said, even for a Jedi, I was terrible at meditation. I always wanted to be on the move, because that would usually calm me. Things that would allow my mind to shut up while I did them. Those mindless tasks that you do while you're not even thinking, you're just doing. And for me, I think way back when I was a kid, I started martial arts when I was 9 years old. Hand-to-hand martial arts. My teacher was a former Army Ranger. He had traveled the world. He used many martial arts that he taught us. He used Taekwondo as the base, and then he added some Shotokan, karate in there, some judo, some jiu-jitsu, a few other, a smattering of many other things along the way, and he developed a system. To date, there's only a few of us left that are practicing it, and a few of us that remember it, few of us even still that are actually still in practice. I know I'm not one of those. I wish I really should pick it back up again as a place to focus. But we used to do martial art forms, and forms or hyungs or patterns basically is a set number of moves that are set to learn you how to do certain combinations, certain movements. I do one move as a block, a second move as the punch, and then I do a 180 and do the same thing on the other side. It's meant to teach you patterns and recognition and all this and that type of stuff. But I remember while I was doing them, when I was decent at them, that there was a very meditative process between it, because, as my instructor had always put it, your world is that one move. You put everything you have into that one move. It doesn't matter if it's the most basic block or a complicated sequence. Nothing matters except that right there. And in that, you really learn how to put your all into it. And honestly, you should have a higher heart rate at the end of your form, even if it's like the beginner first white belt form had all of 18 moves to it, 18 19 18 moves to it, and that even at the end of that, at the end of the basic of it, you should have everything down. And I think I really missed that. With things that have happened since late January, I have now had to be the question of, where do I now put this energy that I was using for said activity? Because now I can no longer do it. And I kind of keep coming back around to, well, you still get to do it, just not with that group. But now I don't have a group I can practice with that's nearby. It's not a 2 hour drive one way. That's a lot for an hour, maybe 2 hour practice session, especially weekly, especially with the gas budget. So I need to figure out how that's going to work. But regardless of that, martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, I can do that on my own. I mean, I'm smart enough to do that. I earned a black belt with the system I initially started with. I came back to martial arts when I was in college, and learned their system of forms, and managed to get up to a third degree black belt in that. Once again, all Taekwondo, just two different schools. A couple different schools of thought and how to do it. So different forms altogether. But I think maybe focusing myself back into that, because that was very physical. It could be very aerobic and anaerobic at the same time, and maybe it would teach me a little bit of focus and get my ass back in shape. So I think I might think about starting to do that again. And if I do post those videos of me learning, I know I'm going to get comments, oh, your form is awful. I'm like, well, keep in mind, I'm now 48 years old. I haven't done some of these in 20 damn years. So you may want to give me a little bit of grace, or I know I'm going to have to give myself a lot of grace, because the problem is I remember how it's done, but it's making the body do what I tell it. That's the problem. So we'll see how that goes, see how that grades from there. Now, as my favorite segment of National Today is National Hug Your Dog Day. Now, I've had a dog in the past. My life currently does not provide for having a dog, so I don't have one at the moment. But if you have a puppy at home, and yes, he can be 250 pounds and 14 years old, and you can still call him a puppy. So go ahead and make sure you hug your dog today. Other days today, it's National Cinnamon Crescent Day. And I'm looking at these going, well, I could do these. And you take the Pillsbury crescent rolls, or the Walmart equivalent. I think they said the butter, to use the buttery ones. I'm going to have to look up a recipe. But then you sprinkle it with cinnamon and sugar, and then you roll it and then bake it as normal. And now you give that cinnamon sugar taste into these already sweet bread rolls. And as much as I'm trying not to eat bread because carbs, that sounds delightful. Actually, that really does sound delightful. That might actually, I have to go shopping tonight. I'm going to have to look into this. So that's what the days we have are today. There was others national days, but I try to keep to the fun ones because, well, I'm trying to have fun on this channel. So with that said, I need you to go out there, stay warm, stay safe, drink more water, eat clean food, get some activity in. Try to, always be kind to the people you meet today. They're fighting battles you don't know. Be kind to the environment. Be kind to animals. Always, always, remember this, be kind to yourself. Tough love is still kindness. You just won't understand it until you actually do it. So do your best on that. And I'm going to let you guys go for the day. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Cheers. Peace. I will see you tomorrow for our centennial episode. Thanks. Bye.